I spent a little time in the lovely city of Santa Barbara now to see a lot of issues. Before I even arrived, corporate media, meaning media owned by a major corporation, was really working hard in Southern California to create this image of people that they call homeless or the poor. That person never really had a face, but that person was named. Sometimes you could tell because the media would show a person who was dirty, who looked kind of old and scruffy. However, that person was shown in the media as someone who was mentally ill, a drug addict, or a criminal. And what I really did throughout this time was try to block out those images, because I knew from a very personal level, on a very personal note, that those images were not true, and it was actually the media had a concerted effort to kind of create this image in your mind. Often that person would be, a black male, a person who looked, again, very, very out of sorts. They looked, or were framed as being a drug addict. So drug addict, mentally ill, and a person of color. Those were the three areas that a person who was considered homeless. Again, that person never had a name. I guess because they didn't have an address, they didn't also have a name. They became kind of demonized, and it's still going on here locally in the media. It's always the homeless, and it's never a person's name. Everybody was born with a name, but somehow the media has taken away that person's name, and now they're part of this evil entity here to ruin, I don't know what you can ruin if you don't have the financial resources in order to really provide yourself and your family with the basic needs. What can you really do? This is an issue that touches at my heart and is a part of my own personal story. Let's be honest. Corporate media has used my own personal image in so many ways, and my copyright in so many ways, but has also denied me the right to my own words, my own image, my own person. And so again, this is why I've had to create an outlet of my own so I could tell my story, and then also just, I don't care if just one person beyond myself views this video, just kind of break it. Break those images, break them, tell them that they're wrong, and keep presenting counterpoints that go against it, because poor shaming is just wrong. It demonizes poverty in a system that was created to make people poor. It's really a job. I'll give you another example. Women are still a part of this poor shaming system. Excuse me, I gotta get that off my face. We're in 2014, and women are still making 70 cents to a man's dollar for doing the same job. However, the image of women in the media is so created by men that it makes women demonized in a sexual manner. If a woman is women are just seen as a problem, I think, in the society. A woman is seen as someone who cannot control her sexuality unless she's dominated or controlled by a man. But then she can only make 70 cents for doing the same job as a man. It's quite disturbing what I see happening. There are people that come on their YouTube channels and talk about people not having a job, and I'm like, Are you serious? How can a person have a job if there are no jobs to have? Here in California, particularly in Santa Barbara, yeah, it's marketed as a wealthy town, and people are looking for jobs. I mean, how many years do you want someone to look for a job, especially if that person is now 60, 70 years old? They might have had a bout with drugs or alcohol. They might still have a problem with drugs or alcohol. I don't know, because I haven't spoken with everybody who's in that position. But to demonize them or this group as if it's a group in the first place and not a bunch of individuals, which is what it actually is, I think the media is doing a poor job, and people are just regurgitating a bunch of bullshit. And I really, really would like that to stop. Stop poor shaming. It's just not cool. And lastly, there was a video that I saw that really got to the point of how prevalent this problem is. It was a video showing a girl who was just coming from high school probably with a bunch of friends. If I can find the video, I'm going to attach it here so you guys can see it yourself. They were taunting this one girl for not having the right sneakers. I mean, just laughing and cracking on her because she didn't have sneakers to go to school. I mean, she had sneakers, but they weren't like somebody's name on it sneakers. The girl ended up having the justice in that. She ended up beating the girl's ass. And I feel like she did the right thing. Because how do you don't pay your own bills. You might be doing like someone say, oh yeah, you know, go out and sell drugs or sell your body. I've heard that bullshit a lot. How about pay me what I'm worth? And stop trying to shame people for not having the economics when legally they deserve better. Legally their rights are being violated because they haven't been chosen for jobs for hire when they've applied. You know, how do you shame someone for trying? I just think it's wrong. I think people, whatever they make, they should hold their heads up. And I know that my story, along with the girl who beat the other girl's ass, our stories are gonna be shocking to the world, because justice will, in the end, it will work out. Stop shaming people for being screwed over by the corporations and the government. That's not right.